Must be after a quick sale, eh?
Is that the part you've been waiting for?
Yeah.
So when you off then?
But I want to be off by dinner, man.
I see.
Yeah, I'll start working Birmingham tomorrow, don't I? Just want to get my papers sorted out to see the boss and that.
Right, well, I'll be in all morning.
Hey, man. I wasn't going without saying goodbye, you know.
Weren't you?
Look, I'm doing my best, you know, man. I was going to come in and see our Claire and leave her something and say goodbye to you properly, all right?
Yeah, okay.
Look, anyway, I'm nipping to town for a couple of hours, so do you want me to get you in and get you some shopping if you want?
No, you're all right. I've got a few bits here and Billy's got a list.
Joe, you don't need me then, do you? Open the curtains if I were you.
I'm sorry, love. I was trying not to wake you.
I know. You should have seen yourself.
Ralph wants to mend Jeff's train set. I didn't know there was anything wrong with it.
A loose connection, that's all. He just wants to go over it.
Well, Jeff killed Ralph's model for long enough, didn't he?
Did he get off all right?
Not very happily, no. Look, this came this morning, love. I want you to read it before I go to work, eh?
Bangor University?
Well, they've got a dyslexia unit. It's where you go to be assessed.
You mean it's where you go if you want to go private?
Mm-hmm.
Nice thing about having a dog, it gives a walk more points somehow. You know, mine got run over.
What was he called?
Lucky.
Oh, yeah, remember now. He wasn't very, was he?
No.
Oh, mind you, neither was Rommel. It's a funny thing that, you know, we save their lives and then they're snatched away from us. It doesn't seem very just somehow.
Justice?
Ralph?
Oh. Thanks very much. I won't hang on to it long.
Oh, there's no rush. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to doing this, you know. I'm going to give it a good overhaul.
Yes, well, I've enjoyed talking to you. Perhaps we could get together again sometime. Nice to have an exchange of views.
Yeah. Well, we've got a bit of time, eh?
Yeah, you seem busy.
Look, Paul, why don't you come down to Commonwealth and Empire Club? Be our guest.
Oh, no, I wouldn't want anything formal.
No, just a drink and a chat.
Yes, well, I'd like that, Ralph.
Right, I'll keep you to it.
It's £65 in the fare.
And the rest.
But it's only £65 for the assessment, love.
And after that, he might need special lessons and more assessments.
What's the matter, Frank? It's cheaper than we thought it would be, love.
He's in this special unit of school. He's only been there a few weeks before he gets a chance to settle down. You whizzle him off to be tested somewhere else.
Yeah. He's really loving these special lessons, isn't he? He's really coming on.
It's early yet.
Mind you, they're free, of course. How much did you fork out on that bike? The one he didn't even want?
This isn't about money.
No?
No, it's not. If it's money he needs, I'll do my bit. I'll do all the overtime I can.
Andrew, you might find that a bit harder now that you're shop steward.
What's wrong with you? It isn't about money.
What then? What is it about?
You rushing things. You ought to give the school a chance.
They've only had him for 2 years.
But he's on the list for testing now, and in the meantime, he's getting extra help.
But how good is it?
Well, I don't know. But this teacher must have some expertise. Don't rubbish him before he's even started, Chris. They can be dedicated, love. The ones who deal with kids like our Jeff. It's not that they don't care.
Not like me. No teacher cares about Jeff like me.
That may not make you the best judge. It's too soon yet, Chris, to see results. Let's give it a few weeks, and then we decide what to do about this. All right?
This day is good. Right, I mean, look at the way you spell Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday is not spelled C-H-U-S-E. Tuesday is spelled S. T-U-E-S. Tuesday.
Ready to make a start, are we?
Can't. Someone's been in me letters.
Any excuse.
I've got no letter D.
Well, Jeff, you've been here half an hour, you've managed to go to the toilet 3 times, you've broken your pencil, now it's the D.
It's because I shouldn't be in here.
Oh.
I'm missing history.
Get on with your own stuff, will you? You like the history lessons?
Now I do. It's about the Second World War. Some secret courses, church lads.
Oh, the underground ones.
Yeah, that's right.
They had weapons down there, you know, in case we were invaded, and they had to shoot their way out.
Why don't you teach us about it then, instead of all this stupid stuff?
Tomorrow, Jeff, together, we might get something down on paper, eh? Story about the Second World War. If I think you've finished with all of this.
So we're not going to do it then? I learn much lesson here, you know, not more. There's history and then science. I'm missing all of that's coming here.
Oh, you've been coping perfectly, of course, with a full curriculum for the past 2 years. Come on, lad, let's see you make a start.
I've told you once, I've got no D.
We'll make a word without a D.
It's not fair, it's harder then.
All the times you moan about it being too easy.
Baby is just what I said. I said it was like infant school.
I need to find out about you, Jeff. That's why I give you that to do. And don't act so superior, because it won't win you many friends. However, Vincent, that's no excuse for stirring him. Next time you pick on him, I'll pick on you, all right? Here we go. The letter D. D for dummy, eh?
D for dickhead.
Clever. I don't think so.
Right, well, put some basics in here, get you started off.
Sound.
Should be made up with that. Careful where you're sticking it, though. Don't stick it over my very impressive wall chart.
Is that the Open University thing again?
Yeah. I thought I may as well carry on. I mean, if I could get through last year, I could get through anything. At least I won't be getting up in the mornings. Found your dad's wiped me tape.
You think he'll like it any better, do you? When he comes home from nights and he's knackered, like, you've got your head stuck in a book or you're watching the telly. I don't think he will, man. No chance.
Got this from your dad, did you?
Well, it's a funny thing, isn't it? The more you two fought, the closer it seems to get to him.
Oh, yeah, I remember. You went to the pub and got drunk. Left my present in there. Better get that finished and get off. I'll soon be finished with this.
There was something I wanted to ask you, Mum.
I don't want any money.
It's not for you. I want you to open a post office account or a savings account or something like that. Each month I'm going to send you some money and I want you to put it away for us.
For who?
It's for Debbie and Sam. Well, I want them to have a holiday or something, and I know Debbie won't take it off me if I give it to her straight.
I understand.
And when he grows up, he won't have a no mark for an uncle, will he? It's about time I started calling a few shots, isn't it? Sick of people doing my head, and
Like who?
like loads of people.
Including me?
Tried to give you some money once, didn't I? When you and my dad were splitting up. You took a bit too. And this is where you've ended up, eh?
Look, I know what I'm doing is what I want. I don't expect your blessing. All the same, you don't have to be so bitter.
Why? It shouldn't bother you, should it?
I feel as if I'm driving you away.
Well, you're not. I mean, the world's full of people making it right, isn't it? You ask my mate Terry next door, he'll tell you. I mean, everyone's doing shop fitting these days. The bosses are making a mint. Why not me, eh? You ask Billy, he'll tell you the same. Mind you, he must be doing all right. Taking you two on.
It isn't like that. Your dad's still providing for Claire.
Yeah, he is now. But he doesn't know yet, does he?
You wouldn't tell him, would you?
If you think I'd tell him after all he's been through, Mum, you don't know me very well, do you?
I'm sorry I misjudged you.
I don't mind.
And you've misjudged me. But I do. I do mind.
won't just get you from A to B. It's a pleasure to drive.
Well, I like it. I mean, I'm not quarrel with the car. No, it's just what I said before. It's just a question of the price.
Well, I'll tell you where you'll save with this car, sir. The petrol consumption's really low. 45 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, well, I'll take that point.
Of course, you'll only appreciate that with time.
Yeah, well, it's a plus, I realise, yeah.
Look, I tell you what. Why don't you talk it over with your wife?
Well, I could come back tomorrow, perhaps.
Or you could phone her now. There's a room over there. You can have it all to yourself.
Oh, well, no, I don't know. I mean, she might not be in.
Don't lose anything if you try.
Oh, I suppose not. All right, I will.
This way, sir. And then, if you don't mind, I'll leave you on your own for a bit.
Ah, that's all right.
And nothing worse than an overzealous salesman breathing down the customer's neck, is there? Just come this way.
It's a while since I've slept in a wagon.
Yeah, well, these is just for comfort. My man needs to get rid of them, Frank, you know.
I miss the long runs now. I mean, just seeing you get off, you know. Hitting the road, that freedom, no hassle, never feeling you're boxed in.
Hi, Frank.
Aye.
There you go.
I think I'll need that, Mum.
You never know, you might give someone a lift one day.
Yeah, he's going to Birmingham to work, you know. He's not going roaming round.
Ah, the gypsy and all of us. Your mum will miss you.
Yeah, well, never mind. Won't be lonely, will you, man?
I'll see you then. Take care of yourself.
All right, thanks for that.
Bye, Frank. He's right. I missed you. I'll miss you. Get yourself a proper house. You could have all my furniture.
Look, you do things your way, Mum, and I'll do them mine, all right?
You don't mean that, though, do you? Me do things my way.
Yeah, I do. I mightn't like it. But I've got to realise that it's your life, isn't it? And there's nothing I can do about it. It's your life.
Yes, but will you come back? To see the baby and Claire.
I can't say when.
Harry.
It's because I love you, man. It's not because...
I know.
Will you let me know if you change your address?
I shouldn't think I will.
Later, man.
What's that? Ape language, Jeff?
Just doing an experiment, that's all.
It's helping you to write, is it?
No, but it keeps me awake more than tracing letters does.
Trouble is, there are people trying to concentrate.
Some people work better if there's music.
Well, if we all decide that that's what we want, it'll be music laid on by me.
No, you're all right, I'll do it. I'm good at this.
I'll tell you what you're good at, Jeff. You're very good at disrupting this class, and I'm getting a bit fed up with it. You either work or you stand outside.
You can't see me if I'm stood outside.
Well, that would make a pleasant change.
I could bunk off, though, couldn't I? I mean, you're supposed to be in charge.
Well, I'm doing my best to be in charge, but you seem to want the job for yourself.
Dickhead. Shut it, you.
Jeff!
Dickhead.
Hey! That's enough! That's enough, I said! Come on!
Get off me! Ah!
You sit down. Are you all right?
I hate this school.
Go stand outside. I'll be out in a minute.
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with the car, but if I go over what we said, it's goodbye to the carpet for the home, at the very least. Okay, I'll go up to 4,750, but that's only if I'm really pushed. I won't be that happy about it. Oh, then I lost you for a moment.
So, what did the mechanic say?
Well, same as you, it's a good buy.
Well, he's right. 4,900, it's a fair price.
Yeah, well, I was hoping you couldn't come down a bit, could you?
4,850?
I like the car, but I have to know I can handle the repayments. I got in trouble with a three-piece suite once. I tell you, it just wasn't worth it.
Well, a car like this is a bit different to a sofa, sir.
Yeah, but the principle's the same. No, I'm sorry. I'll have to say no, sorry.
What could you go up to, sir?
4,750?
Well, I might be able to meet you on that.
Could you?
You want the car? I want the sale.
You're a gentleman.
It just can't happen again, that's all. I know he's got it in for you, and I was out of order, so we're all in the wrong. Where do we go from now?
Take me out the group. I want to be in my form again, full time.
How will you keep up? How will you do the written work? Your mum's keen that you get some help. She's creating about it, and she's right.
She won't me to stop here if she knows I'm getting it.
Oh, can't wait to tell her, eh? I'd say she's got enough on her plate. Look, this is the way I see it. Okay, we've got off to a bad start, but we'll make a pact to get over that, okay? You try and stick it out with me, I'll get behind you in the class. I'm thinking about your mum. Mr. Jenkins told me you ran away. Well, imagine what that was like for her. I mean, is it always going to be bad news? I mean, you want your mum to feel proud of you, don't you, Jeff? Hey, Jeff?
I can't help it.
I couldn't start a savings account for the baby without her as well.
What now? Listen, I wouldn't worry about that. If it's up for auction, it means they want a quick sale.
Yeah, I was just curious, that's all.
Well, I envy them the space in there, whoever they are. What is
Well,
it?
what are you up and come with your teacher's talking to Dad about Jeff?
He hasn't run off again, has he?
No, he's at football practice, but a teacher's there.
I'd better go.
See you, love.
Well, I've always packed him off to do his own work. But you're saying that's not enough?
You need to see what he's got to do, and then go through it with him. Hello, I'm Philip Andrews.
He takes Jeff for special lessons.
Oh.
Yeah, they've had a bit of a barney.
He's all right now, but he got a bit upset. I've come to say I'm sorry and to have a bit of a chat.
Sorry, what about?
It flared up, Chris, that's all. But Jeff blew first, he started it.
What do you mean, Jeff blew first?
Well,
he went over the top, that's all. Jeff hit him.
And I'm afraid I hit him back.
You did what?
He wasn't hurt, love. He's just upset.
Katie, go and put the kettle on, love, eh?
How many for?
Would you like a cup of tea?
Love one.
All of us, and Sammy.
Anisha's coming.
Well, put 6 cups out then, love. More? Oh, hello.
Mr. Andrews comes to talk about Jeff. Hi, Nisha.
Hi, Mr. Rogers.
Oh, we'll go upstairs then.
Yeah, Casey, bring you a cup of tea up, love.
All right.
So, how did it happen?
There's 12, 13 kids in that class, and only one of me. And like you with your family, I have to balance all their needs.
How did it happen?
They're a settled group. Jeff's new, he's the outsider. He doesn't think he should be there. It's hard on him, I know, but the class haven't accepted him yet. And one of the lads in particular has been provoking him. But you see, Jeff's trying to rock the boat. It's not fair on the others.
He hates it there.
I know, but he has to trust me. If he doesn't have any faith in me, then I can't do a thing to help him. You understand that?
We have to have faith in you as well. Are you trained to teach dyslexic children?
Well, that's just one amongst many other learning problems.
But are you trained?
Not in the specific way you mean. Look, once he's assessed, he'll have some kind of individual program.
You mean there isn't one for him now?
Yes, in the sense that they have their own projects, but it isn't one-to-one. How can it be?
They don't have extra teachers coming in then?
Last year I had support, this year I haven't.
So you're blaming the system then?
Oh.
No, I'm not. Look, what I want to say is, let's put today behind us, right? I can help Jeff, but give me time. Give me the space to do it.
Mum, I don't know which is yesterday's milk.
Yesterday's milk won't hurt. I've used that.
Mrs. Rogers, I know you're anxious. I went and had a word with Mr. Jenkins and
And you've dismissed me, I suppose. Just one more neurotic mother.
Oh, now, come on. I'm here, aren't I? I'm being honest with you. If the school's under pressure, then so am I.
Oh, I can see that. A child with special needs, a teacher who's supposed to understand, and you end up hitting each other. I'm sorry, I'd better see to the tea.
But didn't you say right then it was Ronnie's birthday?
Oh, well, that means nothing to Mum and Dad. Club, party, night. They only hear what they want to and they don't like it.
Just won't let you go. You know what you could say? Well, you could say you were staying here the night. Well, they let you call round, so well, they must think I'm respectable.
I'll tell you what. I'll get you invited round for tea and then you can ask me questions.
Like what?
Like, if I'm staying here, will your mum see we get back on time? Are you really a nice girl? And will you lead me astray or not?
What about Lou and Ronnie?
What about them?
What if they came too?
Oh, there'd be no point if it's your house I'm meant to be staying at. And you're my best friend anyway. They're very nice. They'll make you feel welcome.
It isn't that. It's just, well, it's complicated. I mean, where did we meet for a start? You can't say the supermarket if they don't know you work there.
Well, we met at the library, didn't we? Coming to tea then?
I'm not sure. It's having to lie about staying here.
You suggested it.
Yeah, I know, but... Well, if your parents phoned and got told we were at Ronnie's house, that way it drags Mum and Dad in. How would it make them look? They'd think I'd set them up, and they've got enough what with our Jeff and school.
Can't go then?
Oh, all right, get me an invite.
Oh, great. Don't worry, I'll be brilliant.
You needn't have come round, you know.
He was frightened we'd go and complain. He came to preempt it, didn't he?
Jeff hit him first.
Oh, it isn't that. One teacher to 12 problem children. Oh, Jeff in tears in class. We've no idea when he's going to get to be tested.
I like them, man.
Oh, but what can he do? What can he do to help our Jeff?
We'll have to help him, I suppose. We'll have to sort something out.
But sort out what and how? How can we if you won't even think of going private, eh?
Next, all the happiness and the heartache of daily life on the wards at Britain's largest general hospital, Jimmy's.
But if this lad's staring at four, you've just got to ignore him, haven't you?
Well, that's easier said than done.
Chris, he's got to keep his temper. He can't go lashing out.
The same's true of the teacher, of course.
But he's got to survive in that special group. I'm trying to help him here.
Dad?
One thing at a time, love.
She wants to go to Nisha's after school. It's not very special.
Of course he can, love you.
It is quite special, actually. It's to meet the parents.
Who are they? Lord and Lady Muck.
Look, you know nothing about it, you.
Stop it, you two.
I'll get it.
Sammy.
Might's been for me.
It could be Brian.
Bumper's not friends with him anymore, not now he's in the divvies class.
That just proves how much you know. And anyway, it's called a special unit.
Have you got your homework packed up yet, miss?
But it's early yet.
You go up and do it now.
But why?
Because you're upsetting him, that's why.
But it's true. I don't see him with Bumper anymore. I always see him on his own.
It's Harry and Ralph with the model train. They want a word with our Jeff. I've asked them in.
Go on.
Honest, I didn't mean anything.
Come on, get your stuff packed.
Is it any wonder I'm worn out by the time I get to work?
Mum, can I ask you something else?
Yeah, go on.
Well, it's Ronnie's birthday next week, and me and Lou and Risha, well, we want to go to a club to celebrate, and Ronnie's mum will pick us up, and it's all right to spend the night at hers, and in the morning we'll go straight to school from there.
Midweek.
Well, that's when it's a birthday. She can't help it.
You've been half asleep at your desk.
Girls stop gabbing half the night.
So what are you saying, eh? I can only go if it's on a Friday.
You can go if you get back at 10:30.
But it's hardly worth going.
10:45, 11 at the latest.
What do Ronnie's parents think about it?
Well, it's only a mum. Dad walked out on her years ago.
Well, doesn't she mind about putting you all up?
You can have a phone number if you want.
Yes, I certainly will want it.
It's not only the engines that have changed. A lot of the lines have changed as well.
Yeah, do you remember Peak Forest, Harry?
You see, there was a lot of lines closed by a man called Dr. Beechin.
On a Sheffield line?
Nottingham.
No, Sheffield, I think.
Nottingham direct. What they can't do since they shut the line, they've got to go via Sheffield. You're confused.
This is all very nice, I know. But this lad here, he's got to go to school.
Well, that's why we came over early. So listen, son, if there's anything you want to know about railways, past or present, you just nip over to the bungalow.
Yeah, and bring the train.
And if it needs cleaning, we'll be only too happy to oblige. If he wants to go train spotting, I'll take him and start him off.
Thanks.
I think it would be very good to have him interested in trains. Be better than kicking that ball around all the while.
Yeah, son. Thanks. Cheers.
They're more keen on a train than me.
Might be a good idea, you know, train spotting.
Me taking numbers down. Dates on that banner was bad enough.
Is Bumper acting funny with you?
No, Bumper's been fine.
Why are you hanging about on your own?
I'm not past the form, am I? It's with me going out so much.
Special lessons? Don't they help? If you could sort things out with Mr. Andrews...
He does the letters with me, right? But when they're in words, they're just the same, all jumbled up. Nothing makes sense.
It's bound to be a long haul, Jeff. It is for all dyslexic kids.
Dyslexic.
What's that mean?
Well, it's just a label, anyway.
That isn't true.
Well, that's what Mr. Jenkins said. And anyway, you don't even know if I am dyslexic. That's what my mum thinks, but it's not proved.
I've got a mate who's got a van. I'll ask him to shift your furniture for you if you like.
Oh, would you, love? I'd be very grateful. Just make some more room for my little bits and bobs.
Ah, don't worry. I mean, it'll be safe as long as I'm here.
I shouldn't think you'd ever want to leave here, would you?
Oh, I will. I mean, it's still his place and he makes the rules.
Did you get on with him okay?
Well, we're good friends, really. It's just... Well, it's not, you know.
Not like you and Barry. Well, like you were. In the days when you used to sit in my kitchen and call me Mrs. Grant and pick yourself on my toast.
Oh, that seems like a long time ago, that.
Mm. Do you know Damon decorated in here once?
Yeah, that's right.
I like it, you know. You kept in touch with Barry. I know you're not as close as you were.
Nah, we're not now.
As a favour to please me.
Yeah. Why, what's wrong?
I think he needs his friends.
Oh, he's not in trouble with Sizzler, is he?
No. No.
What is it now?
I've hurt him now, that's what. I've, gone and got myself tied up with Billy. Sounds silly when you put it like that.
What, you mean, well, like romantically tied up?
Yeah, I mean exactly that.
Oh, sound. I mean, if you're happy.
Here I am, I'm very happy.
What's the problem with Barry, then?
It was a shock, I suppose. He thinks it's wrong. He doesn't like Billy. I don't know, it's just a sense, a feeling when he drove away he might not come back.
Well, maybe not if Billy was in, but I'm sure you could sort that out.
I don't know, it was just a feeling.
You felt that he was asking you to choose?
I felt as if he was judging me. I wanted him to understand. I wanted him to forgive me.
Well, no, it's none of my business, like, but... Well, I can't see that there's anything to forgive. I mean, I can't see that it's wrong.
I know, Terry, but I don't want to lose him.
No, you won't. Look, I'll tell you something now. He didn't like Sue, you know. And he put me where I had to choose. Only I wanted to get married, I wanted to have kids, so I did what I wanted. And I turned him down. I mean, I felt bad about it and that, like, well, because we go back a long way, and I mean, all the things we've done. And there's times when I miss him. I know what you're saying, that's all.
Thanks. So you will keep in touch with him for me?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's with a proper firm now, isn't he? So, well, they'll give me a contact number.
Thanks, love. And thanks for hearing me out. All these revelations. Me, a middle-aged woman, I should be ashamed.
You'll be surprised what I hear from women in the back of the cab.
All the same, you know, no matter what happens. Those times in the kitchen, that's what counts. I'll always think of you as his best friend.
I was thinking the other day, I mean, if we ever have kids, well, if we're ever fortunate enough to, what do you think? Do you think he'd be a godfather?
Yeah, I'm sure he would. I mean, apart from his feelings about me, he does seem to have grown up quite a lot. Ask him.
Yeah. Maybe when the time comes.
Look, Victory for Ladies' Day celebration lunch. There you are, top of the list, Paul and Annabelle Collins.
There's no way we can make it, I'm afraid. Annabelle's otherwise engaged.
Look, this is important to me that it's a success. And you did promise months ago.
Yeah, well, situations change, Harry.
Look, we're not short of guests, Harry. You can't bludgeon people into coming.
Have you changed that Hoover bag?
The Hoover bag's not full.
He's the expert cleaner around here. He cleans down at the club as well.
Yes, I know, I'm going
but
there.
He's too mean to buy Hoover bags. He changes one about every 2 months.
Mean? Listen who's talking. You know what his latest ploy is, don't you? He won't treat himself to a model train. He's trying to wheedle one out of a kid.
Look, I have to go. Do you want to lift this afternoon or not?
Yes, thanks very much. Oh, and you can tell that lady wife of yours, with all her gadding about, she's going to miss a good spread.
Pancakes?
Pancakes?
It's Shrove Tuesday, Harry. It's got to be pancakes.
After last year's fiasco, never again.
We could talk about it, Harry.
Not about pancakes, we can't.
What do you think, Paul?
But I don't think I should take sides in this.
No stomach for a day. Bit of aggro in the house. I quite enjoy it all myself.
Yeah, well, that's because it's petty, of course. If it was serious, you wouldn't enjoy it very much.
If he's had concussion, he just can't drive. Keep him there till I come, will you? And Ken, don't let our friend mix it. Yeah, Howard, who do you think I meant? I'll just drop Chris off and I'll be with you, mate. OK, bye now.
Just say what you've got to say to me, Frank. I'll be late now, even with the lift.
I couldn't help that, love. I mean to say the road's full of black ice, a wagon full of lethal acid. An unfit driver who thinks he can drive.
Maybe that's why you're so dead set against the idea. Might get back to the shop floor you've paid for your son to have a test. Good union man doesn't do that, does he?
That idea hadn't crossed my mind. But I tell you what, Ed, maybe we can afford to pay. But what about those who can't?
They won't be any worse off, Frank, because we can afford to pay £65.
The authority ought to do it, Chris. They should have more resources.
What are you saying, Frank? That your principles matter more than our son?
No, I'm not saying it.
Because I couldn't care less about those others. He's mine. And I see him shuffling about with his head down, not looking you in the eye. I see it and I can't bear it.
Neither can I. I was going to say before Ken rang, take him. I changed my mind.
Why?
I don't take anything back I've just said. But we need that assessment. We need that base.
He needs it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I've tried everything. I can't shift it.
Yeah, I think we need another rule here about the use of beer mats.
The last thing this club needs is another rule.
Yeah, well, look, I don't want to start an argument. Why don't you come over and say hello to Paul?
Well, you sure this is the right moment, Ralph? He looks a bit busy to me.
And be nice to him, because between ourselves, I think he's going through a bit of a hard time.
Oh, now I understand. That's why you allowed us women in, to dole out tea and sympathy. Prop up all you poor wounded men.
Hey, you shouldn't be doing that. That's William's job.
He's busy at the bar.
You want to be very careful, Betty, love. If you go fetching and carrying for them, they'll be thinking that's what you're here for, and it's not, is it?
No, you're right.
Betty.
I'll just take these.
No, don't do that. I know you've turned me down, so I won't even mention it.
Look, it's just that I don't want to hurt you, Harold. And I don't think you really understand.
Well, that's where you're wrong. I do understand. I realise a woman needs time. Time to think about the idea of even getting married.
But, Harold, it isn't only that.
No. I rushed in and frightened you off. I should have been more sensitive. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll leave it for now.
Well, I'd rather, yes.
On a more practical level, although we're not announcing our engagement, we've still got the victory lunch, and that's still to take place. We haven't decided on a menu yet.
Well, I'm more than willing to talk about that.
Well, maybe tomorrow at the bungalow, perhaps. Maybe we could discuss it over tea.
We'll sort it out here this afternoon. Much better, Harold. Later on.
Betty, there's just one more thing. I'll put it on the back burner for now. But that doesn't mean the flame isn't strong, because it's very strong. And always will be.
Oh, Betty, I've been looking for you. Look, Paul's free now. The others have gone to play pool.
Just let me get rid of these.
I take it you've no objection.
No. Why should I have?
No, this time is a very good time to come. And you're welcome. And I'm very pleased to meet you.
You seem busy.
Oh, when the school children go, we quieten down a bit. Then 5, maybe 4:45, we pick up again. We hope.
Dad, do you want us to go up there?
No, you wait a minute. I have a girl to mind the shop. Excuse me, I must explain.
She knows.
Do you talk to your father like that? We need cigarettes. Come, we'll go to the stockroom first.
Okay.
Is your mum upstairs?
Yeah, I would have liked to take you up there myself and say hello to her quietly by ourselves.
Oh God, you didn't leave the counter. No, after he's just said.
It's not just that. We'll have to trail up after him and let him show you off like you're some great prize fish he's caught himself.
I liked him.
I think he liked you.
All right then, so far.
Katie, now what's Sammy going to say, eh?
It's horrible, it puts me off.
It's supposed to, love.
Not a battery eggs off me acting. I'm doing a show and there's the audience.
I haven't seen some of these for years. Hey, I thought this was supposed to be thrown away.
They're out the box and they're ruined. Put them out when Sammy's up here and she nearly always is.
Oh, I'd love to come and see the show, love, but I've got to get the tea on.
It's all right, but you could ask our Jeff.
Hey, I've got some good news for our Jeff. I've made an appointment for him today to be assessed at the dyslexia unit.
You know, I could read aloud to her mum. I could read what Katie did. Miss Harkness said to read dead clear.
Very clear. No, I don't think it'll be his cup of tea, love. No, I don't think so.
Do you think I should cover that one up as well?
No. You should let it watch.
Nisha's brought home friends before, but no one was vegetarian.
Are the rest of your family?
No, just me.
I'd hate to have to cook if everyone had different things.
Arey, why?
The work?
A chore, yaar.
He doesn't realize. There's 7 of us.
Where are they all?
The girls are with my husband's youngest sister. Their aunt, but she's very young. She likes to play with them.
And the younger brother has extra coaching after school. He's very bright, but not in sums, I'm afraid.
There are 5 of us. My mum would say that was bad enough.
On the other hand, we're all in the flat, and you have a house.
Oh, it's very small, but yes. And we used to live in a flat, so we know the difference.
Do you prefer the house?
Oh, yes, I'm glad it's permanent. I mean, we only rented it at first, but now my dad's got a mortgage.
And the mortgages go up and up and up. I know.
Well, he's got a decent job. That's something, I suppose.
A job with the union, Nisha said.
Well, he isn't a paid official. He does a lorry driver's job.
But he is elected shop steward, no? A very responsible post. But Sammy, the thing is this. Are you responsible as well?
Well, if you mean about the night out, there's no way we'd be back late. I mean, my mum and dad...
That is the point. You see, her schoolwork has to come first. And in the middle of the week with school the next day, I'm not all that happy.
Listen, Dad, I can do that night's homework the night before, and the odd late night isn't going to hurt.
Nisha, please, let me talk first.
If it's stock taking, you don't object if I'm up late then.
That is different. It's in this house under my supervision, and the shop provides for all of us. You know that very well.
Yes, I know that, but...
Nisha, let your father handle this now. You'll get your turn to have your say.
Arthur was born to be an undertaker. He couldn't wait for my father to retire so he could run the business.
Did it, forgive my asking, did it take away your fear of death? As a girl, I mean.
Didn't think about it. It was just Dad's job, that's all. But it didn't help one bit when my husband died. Well, it did in the sense that Arthur was there and I had no bother arranging things. But in a way, that made it worse, you see. I would have liked something to do, and Arthur did it all.
Excuse me. Betty, could you come out and help us for a minute? It's about the menu for the lunch.
But does she have to? I think Betty's quite settled here.
First you pester me to talk to him, and then you want to drag me away.
It's not me, it's Harry.
I'm not at his beck and call, and it won't hurt him to know it, Ralph.
Yeah, but I can't say that.
I don't see why not.
Look, tell him to rough it all out, and I'll look it over afterwards.
Right.
And make a note of numbers, Ralph. I don't want tons left over.
My wife ran a catering business once. At times I was fed on leftover meals.
Does she do it now?
Oh, no, no. No, but she's got a lot of irons in the fire. She's a magistrate, for instance. And she's kept in touch with a lot of her friends. Well, her life's a lot more social than mine. Now that I'm retired, of course.
Just the time to make new friends. When you have the time, if you see what I mean.
Difficult at my age.
Yeah, you're not doing too badly now.
Oh, well, thank you. What a nice thing to say.
You see, Sammy, we don't want to offend you. You tell me Nisha will stay the night in your house, and believe me, I'm not doubting your word. But it still means she's away all night, staying the night in a strange house.
But Krishna, her parents will be there. If you're worried, they can write you a note. They can reassure you.
Mr. Morsey, can you come here a minute? I think you want it in the shop.
Could that be arranged then? Could you ask them to have a word with me on the phone?
Well, actually, there's been a change of plan. We didn't want to tell you because, well, we didn't want to confuse you. But we're going to be staying at Ronnie's house.
Ronnie's house?
It's the girl whose birthday it is that day.
Mr. Morsey? I'll go.
No, no. Are don't pata lagao hum abhi aaye hain. I won't be a moment. Excuse me, please.
Well, I'm sorry, but now I'm confused. Tell me, why did you change the arrangements?
Not enough room.
Yeah, in our house. I've just said it was small.
And this other girl's mum can pick us up from the club we're going to.
But my dad can't.
He doesn't have a car?
He's driving that night.
She means driving the lorry.
Yeah, he's just found out he's got to work, and Ronnie's mum can pick us up.
And because she's got loads of room in her house.
Because she's a single...
Because her father's gone abroad for a while.
And it just seemed best to stay at Ronnie's house.
Yeah.
Yes?
I'm sure she could write you a note, to say she was in charge and that, Ronnie's mum. I'm sure there'd be no problem.
Yeah, I'm sure she could say whatever you want.
I want to trust you, Nisha.
You can, Mum, honestly. I won't do anything stupid. I mean, I want to enjoy myself, but I won't do anything silly.
Well, I'll tell your father I think you can go, and then we'll see what he decides.
Will he say yeah?
I think so. He knows the devilment in her, but you seem very sensible. And he has this idea you're a clever girl. That cuts a lot of ice with Nisha's father.
Don't know why.
All those hours you spend. All those hours at the library.
You know, the library where we met.
Oh, yeah, that library.
Jeff!
cup of tea?
There you go.
You're all right, you?
Oh, I used to be. It's just that I'm getting a bit old now, aren't I?
Yeah.
You cheeky little...
Come on, love. Get those boots off, eh?
Mum, you know when I go to Bangor for this test,
Yeah.
what am I going to tell the school?
Have to tell a lie, I suppose. Say you're going to the dentist or something. Oh, come on, love. Don't just kick them off.
You told me off before, telling lies.
Yeah, well, this is different.
I'll get Bumper to write you a note if you want. He's had a lot of experience writing notes that are meant to have come from you.
Yeah, I bet. Won't need any more of that, thank you.
I might be able to fake one soon, if my writing improves.
Come on. Katie's waiting to start her show.
That's it. My sister sent me deaf. Got to go to Wales for the hearing aid.
Is your bloke coming to collect this? Matty's expecting it, you know.
It's just that he's a bit late, that's all.
I hope you're right. Can't leave this lot out all night, can we?
Well, it'll give Paul Collins something to moan about now that Barry's van's not here.
He hasn't been that bad.
Oh, he's always got a gob on over something.
Well, maybe he's a man who's sorely tried.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing, just a bit of gossip.
Oh, go ahead, tell us then.
No, I won't. I mean, imagine what they're all going to say about me.
Oh, don't worry, I mean, you know, I won't say anything.
I don't mind.
Hannah had several admirers, I think. Well, I know she did. In the early days, before she ended up with me.
Ended up with you? What makes you say a thing like that?
Betty! Arthur, you're on the phone.
Tell him to hold on, Ralph. I won't be long.
Keep Arthur waiting, goodness me.
I feel like it. I'm in that sort of mood.
Will you have lunch with me next week? How about Monday?
Go out, you mean? Yes, I'd like that.
Well, no, not out exactly. I mean have lunch with me at home.
Will your wife be there?
Well, possibly not for the whole meal, but she might pop in at some point. Well, that's no bad thing. You could meet her, she could meet you. Why not?
Yes, I'd like that. Thank you. Look, I must go, or Arthur will go up in smoke.
Lunch next week, then. You won't let me down?
Not if I can help it, no.
In Jimmy's next, meet the 55-year-old woman admitted after being knocked down by a trolley bus 47 years ago.
All right?
Oh, didn't take long.
Well, she went straight in, good as gold.
Well, she's used to you now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Did any of the mothers say anything about you taking her?
Oh, I should be.
I don't know. I suppose I still feel a bit. Wonder what people think.
Oh, Sheila, what does it matter? Look, we know it's right. Right for us, right for Claire. I mean, what does it matter what people think compared to that?
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't worry so much.
You'd have thought it would have been like this after all we've been through, eh?
Yeah. Hmm.
Have you seen my handbag?
I believe you left it by the toaster.
You knew I was looking for it.
I'm not a mind reader. What time will you be back?
Surprised you care.
I'd just like to know what I'm up to.
I'm not seeing Brian, if that's what's worrying you.
Didn't think you were.
Well, then.
In case I go out.
About 2, if all goes smoothly. Bye, Paul.
Goodbye, Anna.
These should have been done last night, you know. I don't want to get polish on my suit.
I can't think of everything. I had his shirt to iron. Oh, who's been off these boiled sweets?
Not me.
Must have been Katie. I'll kill her.
Will you stop on away and get some more?
Where is that lad, anyway? Jeff!
Oh, we're all right for time. We can get to Brighton, let alone Bangor in the time I've allowed.
Yes, but there'll be roadworks, won't there, and traffic jams.
We'll be sitting in the car park for an hour more, like.
Oh, here you are. Let me have a look at those nails.
It's me brain I'm supposed to be looking at, not me hands.
We want to create a good impression, don't we?
We've all got to make a good impression. According to you, man.
We want them to think we're responsible parents, don't we?
Yeah, some. Put these on.
Hey, give them me, I'll do it. Come on, sit down. There we go.
Do we have to go?
Look, it's the best place in the country.
It's worse than school, this.
Nothing to be afraid of.
Look, it's not like pass or fail. We just want to be sure what it is that's wrong with you. Then we'll know what to do.
Will you be able to cure me?
Of course they will.
I better get a move on. Don't want to keep our Tracy waiting at the station, do I?
No, hope they managed to sort things out.
So do I. But then I want everything to be all right for everyone at the moment, don't I?
Well, here's something that'll wipe the smile off your face. It's like a load of bills.
Nothing's going to wipe the smile off my face. Why do you always pile in this time of the year? They only spent all your money.
I don't know, I always have to rush past the January sales. Oh, wow, look at that.
What? £3,000?
Yeah.
Ugh.
My share from the sale of the house.
Oh, it's brilliant, that. I don't mean just the money and that, but getting your house sorted out and everything.
Yeah. Be new people in there soon. Beginning of a new era. Must be my lucky day. From Bob to Claire. More money.
Have a good night out with that, you know.
It's my independence, you know. I don't mind living with you, but you're not paying for my clothes or my fees.
Look, when you passed all these exams, you'll have loads of money, won't you? Ta-ra.
Bye.
Clear up as you go along. That's what I say. 1 cup and 1 saucer, no. But that's the thin end of the wedge. You know, you've got to keep standards up, even though you're on your own. I mean, it's not natural to be on your own. Even Noah knew that when he built the ark. He took the animals in 2 by 2, not on their own. You could have taken a little lady dog, if you were a bit older, I mean. I should have been 2 by 2 because I'm fed up being on my own. But it wasn't to be. Not meant. You see, things don't always work out properly like that, Monty. You've got to be prepared for things like that. You know, I had a Noah's Ark when I was a lad. All the little wooden animals. Used to line them up on the hearthrug. Big ones at the front, little ones at the back. If I still got it, I could give it to Kevin's baby. Right then, Monty. Let's go and have a breath of fresh air, eh? What are you going to do with this lot?
Well, we can't stay here forever, can it, Harry?
Well, you shouldn't have any trouble getting rid of that house. I saw 8 people looking round it yesterday.
I know, looks like it's coming back to life again.
Hope you'll be careful who gets it.
It's nothing to do with me. Tom Osborne's selling it this time.
He made a right eyesore of it, I must say.
Still, it's better than people getting in, I suppose. Anyway, it's all going to be sorted. Made me realise I better get this lot sorted out.
You on the move, then?
Well, no. Not exactly.
Staying at Corkills for good.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I am. Why, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
If it's right for me and it's right for Billy and it's right for Claire, what's it got to do with anybody else?
True.
I mean, why be lonely when you don't have to be?
Quite right.
Hiya.
All right.
You had a good time?
Fine.
Sort things out with Jamie?
That divvy.
Is it finished?
Yeah, and it was me that finished it.
Why? What happened?
Oh, never mind. Let's just say I'm disappointed in Jamie.
Has he been messing you around?
I said I didn't want to talk about it. You know, I've got other things to think about. Like getting a new job, for example.
Well, don't let it get you down.
You make your own life, don't you?
Well, it takes some people a long time to realise that.
Want us back upstairs or what?
In now. Hang on. Got you something.
Oh, thanks, love.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's lovely, thanks.
It's nice to be home anyway. Do you look all right?
For job hunting?
Well, I'm seeing my solicitor as well. I want him to get over my case.
Oh, great. Yeah. Good luck then.
Looks like you've been having a bit of a sort out.
Well, I couldn't leave this stuff in John's garage forever, could I?
Well, there'll be no room on these shelves soon.
There's plenty of room.
Looks like you're staying for a bit then.
Yeah, that's right.
How long?
Well, it depends, doesn't it?
On what?
I didn't know this was here.
Keep it.
You think you've got things sorted out?
Keep it for Claire, so she knows.
Yeah, but she sees him.
People change, though, don't they? Sometimes you want to remember them as they were.
Yeah, I suppose so.
That's why I'm keeping all the photos of me mum.
Sure you won't have one?
Oh, no, thanks. Not for me. It's a bit early for me.
Well, I wouldn't normally. Not during the week. Sundays, maybe, and special occasions. But then, this is a special occasion, isn't it?
Is it?
Yes. You being here and so on. And our little campaign having succeeded.
Ladies in the club, you mean? Well, we have to thank Harold for that, don't we? People don't get anywhere if they don't stand up for themselves. Harold all right, is he?
Yes, why shouldn't he be?
I was just wondering.
Oh, he was out on the close early this morning, taking his dog for a walk, I think.
Ralph's dog.
Nice little thing. I used to have a dog, you know.
Yes?
Yes, I saved its life. That's why I called it Lucky. Well, if it's too early for a drink, I hope it's not too early for some lunch.
Anna's busy, is she?
Oh, didn't I tell you? She had to go to court this morning.
So she won't be joining us?
Oh, I never know where she is half the time. She will go through. But then, nobody can tell me I haven't learned how to look after myself. But here we are, then.
Oh, you shouldn't have gone to all this trouble.
Or that I've forgotten how to look after a lady. May I show you to your seat?
Thank you.
It'd be easy, you know, not to have a proper meal. Eat out at tins or a bit of toast. But where does that get you? I was brought up to have a good dinner. And a good dinner's what I'll have. You'd call it lunch, I suppose. Made of something fancy. Much good may it do them. Here. What do you think of that? You enjoyed that, didn't you? Well, somebody may as well have the benefit of it. Here.
The rain was coming down like stair rods, but the men still stood there. Not one of them out of line. I was proud of them, I can tell you.
Reggie was always very keen on discipline.
I can see that he and I would have had a lot in common. Some cheese?
Oh, no, thank you. I couldn't. I'm full. I won't be able to eat another thing all day. And I really ought to be going.
No, you can't possibly. Not yet. I tell you what, we'll go into the lounge and I'll make us some coffee. Oh, there you are, Anna. Have you met Mrs. Hunt?
Hello.
Well, this is a surprise.
Now then, Geoffrey, you know what you're here for, don't you?
Well, we want to know if he's dyslexic.
I'm going to give you some tests to try and find out exactly what your difficulties are. But first of all, I need to know the story so far. Right. Now, when did you first realise that Geoffrey had difficulties?
Oh, not soon enough, really.
The school said he was doing okay.
But his writing's terrible.
Have you brought a school book with you so I can see it as an example? Ah, yes. Right. Thank you. Yes. It's all right. I'm not going to give you marks out of 10, you know.
It isn't that we haven't tried. I've been up to the school. Chrissy's been up to the school.
Yes. Yes, I know. No, it's just that some people are very good at hiding what's really going on. Aren't they?
I do hope you enjoyed your lunch.
Yes, thank you. I didn't realise you didn't know I was coming.
I think Paul's getting a bit forgetful these days.
No more than you, Anna.
I'd like my coat, please.
Yes, of course.
I see you at the club tomorrow, I hope.
I don't think so.
Well, it's Victory for Ladies celebration lunch. Surely you wouldn't miss that?
It doesn't seem much like a victory for ladies to me today.
Only a little joke?
Not a very funny one.
No, not for me. Or for Harold.
I can only apologise.
I'd be glad if you'd leave me out of your problems in the future.
Right then. If you'd care to leave us, Geoffrey and I have got some work to do.
How long will it be?
Oh, a couple of hours, more or less. We've got a number of tests to get through.
Hey, you'll be all right now.
Shall we wait in the waiting room then?
Well, you can go for a walk in the town if you like and come back later.
We wait if you don't mind.
All right.
It just dropped out from under me arm. The whole thing rolled over and over all the way down the stairs. I thought she was going to knock one of the first trees out. Oh, and it's your new bag? Everything fell out. Books, pens, sandwiches. And you can guess what was at the bottom.
Oh, no, not in front of Mr. Jenkins.
He went so red, I thought she was going to burst.
So what time your mum and dad be back?
Oh, I don't know, they're miles away.
Great, that means we've got the house to ourselves.
That's the idea, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What?
You're hungry? Oh, I'm starved.
I didn't think you'd stoop to this.
What's wrong with me having a friend round for lunch?
There's more to it than that. You know that. I know that. Mrs. Hunt realised that.
Well, don't blame her.
Oh, I don't. I'm perfectly aware who's to blame.
Well, I suppose I might as well get on with the washing up.
Have a look at this jigsaw. Now, can you do that for me? Now, there's nothing to worry about. If you can do it, it tells me one thing, and if you can't, it tells me something else. Go on, have a go.
Ow! Hey! Hiya. Do you want some toast?
Yeah, I'm starving.
There's jam, marmalade, cheese, get the cheese.
Got
it. Honey and marmite.
What's it all, Marge?
I'm on the march, makes you thinner.
Yeah, then she puts a pile of jam on top. No, I didn't have any time for any dinner. I had this English assignment to finish off. You won't mark me if we don't get them in on time, you know.
That's the same as ours, isn't it?
Yeah, they say they haven't got the time.
They should talk. I was thinking it's for us. I was up till 12 o'clock last night doing my geography. And they said we can go out Wednesday night, like.
Still all right for you, is it? I should have got that note off your mum. Front pocket of my bag, Sam. I know how to handle me, Mum.
I wish you'd teach me. I'm surprised my mum doesn't still make me go to bed the same time as our Katie.
Thanks. At least let you go to London. Well, the knack is, do what they say first couple of times. That way you soften them up, then you get away with murder.
Are we doing it right Wednesday night, or are we getting away with murder?
I'm goofing.
There's one left.
She called me earlier.
Get a job as your full-time chauffeur if you want.
Suits me.
You looking for a job, have you?
Yeah. 2 places are interested.
Best of luck with them.
Dad,
Yeah?
I haven't seen much of you lately.
What is it, love? Jamie, is it?
No, I'm well out of that.
Go on, tell us what it is.
Well, haven't you noticed anything about the house?
It's supposed to be some sort of quiz. About Sheila.
Well, she's been leaving her things all over the place. Did you say she could?
Yeah, well, she can't leave her stuff in next door's garage forever, can she?
Well, that's what she said.
Yeah, well, great minds think alike, don't they? Anyway, I thought you and her got on over Christmas. You were like as thick as thieves, weren't you?
It's not that. It's just sometimes I wish we were still at my nan's.
Yeah, well, when you're young, you think it's easy, don't you? I mean, it was never easy for me.
Wasn't it?
Nah, not by a long way.
No, I never knew that.
Yeah, when you're young, you don't notice. You look back and you think everything was great.
I'll not look back like that now.
Look, love, you'll get over it. There's plenty of fellas where Jamie came from, you know. You'll be all right, won't you?
Careful now, Tosh. You could bring some of that on Wednesday. I could bring some samosas. My mother would do them.
I better get some drinks.
It's a bar, isn't it?
Yeah, and you should see the prices.
I've got better things to do with my money. If you get there early, it's cheaper. Are we allowed to bring bottles?
What do you want now?
We could buy some of them small bottles of spirits and just buy mixers. And wine. Did anyone else come besides Lou?
Oh, yeah, are we going to bring any lads?
No.
Why not?
Because they'd be wanting us to talk to them all the time.
Not just talk.
No, what we want is boys we don't know. That way, if we want to talk to them, we can. But if we don't want to, we don't have to.
Oh, yeah, and you might have a bit more about them. That's awful lot at school.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a great birthday.
Oh, great. Just in time.
Hey, you, what you say?
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll do that for you. Yeah. It's tricky to put away this ironing board, you know.
Yeah, watch that. It's hot.
It's all right, here.
Oh, be careful, love. They're in order.
There's no way to sit in here these days.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought I might get back to it. I wasn't expecting you home so soon. Did you get on all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a couple of interviews, you know.
Even Kirsty thinks she can leave her stuff everywhere.
Well, she brought it to show Rod.
You only think no one else got married the way she's carrying on? Happy ever after with Rod?
That's what people usually do, innit?
Yeah, well, I only hope she doesn't think I'm going to be bridesmaid.
Well, you'd like all that.
Oh, go away, playing gooseberry to that pair of divvies. You're joking, aren't you?
It'd be about Jamie.
I'm not so sure. Have you told her about us?
No.
Well, I've got a feeling she knows.
Yeah, well, she's got to know sometime, hasn't she?
Yeah, but she shouldn't just find out.
Yeah, I want it to be simple, just you and me, you know.
Yeah, well, so do I, but it's not that simple, is it? I mean, we're not a young couple with nobody else to think about, no matter how much we'd like to be.
However much we feel it.
Talk to her, Billy. Try and make her understand. I want her to understand.
I will. But it's us that counts, though, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Do come in. Well, we've gone through the lot. We've done tests to find out what information he can get from a picture. We've done IQ tests and even tables.
Duda.
Anyway, you'll get the results and my conclusions in the report.
When will we get that?
Oh, about a week. It has to be written and typed up.
Well, what have you found out? Can you tell us?
I can indeed. Like 1% of the school population, Jeffrey definitely has dyslexia.
You see?
So we're out of the wood?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that. But beginning to find a way.
Next today, young Ramona's facing her final doses of chemotherapy. Stay with us for Jimmy's after the break.
Soon. Come on, put your thumb in. Not to be cold, do we? We're going to church. Is George coming? Right, just let me get my coat. Uncle Matty will be there. You like that, won't you? Hey?
Will Uncle Billy be there?
Well, no. He doesn't go to church, does he?
Why not?
Come on. Let's go, shall we? We're going to be late. You carry your beads. You won't drop them, will you? Let's go, then. Come on. Leave that.
It's only a circular. They generally go straight in the bin.
Well, things have changed, haven't they?
Yeah, you've become a circular hoarder.
No, it's just that I need something to do. After all, despite all the promises, nobody seems to want to actually offer me a job.
Licensing committee. What qualifications do you think you have for that?
I'm a magistrate, that's why I've got that.
Betting licensing committee.
Yes, and I might even try the probation committee as well.
Don't see you as a committee woman.
At least it'll get me out of the house, even though I don't get paid for it. Not much point in being cooped up here together. Doesn't benefit either of us, does it?
Well, I've been out, haven't I?
Down to the Empire and Commonwealth Club?
Of course not. Why should I?
I thought perhaps you might have gone down to apologise to Harry for the way you humiliated him the other day.
There's no need. Betty is a friend of us both.
She's more than a friend to Harry.
In any case, I don't suppose he ever knew she came.
He spends half his time looking out of that window of his. Nothing happens on this close that he doesn't know about.
He didn't know about Brian, did he?
Brian didn't come here very often.
Oh, I see. Because you conducted your affair elsewhere, it was all right, was it? What did I do compared to that?
Well, at least Brian and I didn't deliberately set out to hurt other people.
Oh, you hurt me. You hurt me very much. So it is any wonder that I wanted to hurt you back?
Where is this getting us? Are we going to go on punishing each other forever?
If only you'd say you were sorry.
I am sorry I've hurt you.
Sorry you ever met him. I'm sorry you ever met him. And I'm sorry about using Betty, too, if you must know. But you drove me to it. You and that man drove me to it.
Dyslexia? Yeah, it's from the library. I've got a few more books on order as well.
There must be a lot of it about. They're starting to write books on it.
There is. I feel so stupid not noticing it before.
Oh, Mum, we all thought he was just messing about.
Yeah, but I'm his mother. I should have noticed it.
So he's not thick then?
No. And I'll murder you if I ever hear you say that.
All right, I won't. I'll just call him Big Ed instead.
Sammy!
Oh, Mum, you should have seen him in school. He was really showing off about it.
Will you leave them alone?
Mum, I'm starving.
What did you get up to here the other day? There was no bread left, no butter, no jam. That cheese and onion pie I made you is still in the fridge. You can eat that if you're so hungry.
Lou, Ronnie and Nisha will come round in a bit. I hope that's all right.
Suppose it'll have to be, eh?
You know, to sort out what we're going to wear tonight.
I hope you behave yourself at Ronnie's and not stay up gabbing half the night.
Oh, hey, Mum.
I was young once, you know. I wouldn't put it past you to be telling Ronnie's mum one tale and me another.
Oh, Mum, would I?
You're interested in the Ford, then, sir?
Yeah, it's certainly a nice-looking car.
Yes, better value in the long run than the one you had your eye on. You never regret going up market, do you? Tell you what, why don't we go into the office, have a chat about it in the warm?
Oh, OK.
That to come through? Just do it this way, sir. Got all the specifications in here, all the colours, all the details, everything that you need to know about it. That's better.
It's the wife's favourite colour, blue.
Is it really? Handy. Lovely.
Yeah. Either 16 or a 2000 engine on this.
1600, sir. Overhead cam, 100 miles an hour.
No, it's a bit more than we expected to pay, you know, the wife and me.
We'd be talking part exchange, wouldn't we?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, I'd have to see what I can do for you there. Tell you what, if we're going to get down to serious business, why don't you sit down and I'll go and get us a cup of coffee? How about that?
Yeah, OK.
I think talking money always goes down better over a coffee, doesn't it? Oh, and please, don't hesitate to use the phone if you want to, sir. Sure your wife would like to know what you're thinking of doing.
Hiya, we're home.
You are over here. That was my favourite little girl, then, eh?
She's been a little devil.
And where have you been?
See Uncle Matty?
Oh, that's nice for you, isn't it?
Yeah, he wanted us to go back with him, didn't he? We wanted to come home.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I'm getting used to the idea now.
what's that on your forehead?
Oh, it's for Ash Wednesday.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, it's the beginning of Lent. We're supposed to repent. There you go. Take all those in there.
I mean, giving up sugar and all that.
No, not just that.
Well, all this repentance stuff's a bit like hard work, isn't it?
Well, no, it's not really about that. It's about weighing up what your values are. That's what it means. I mean, seeing a lot of what you do isn't right.
Such as?
Well, thinking money's more important than people, looking down on people who are different.
Yeah, well, I'll just get on with it, me.
I suppose I've just got to try and make sense out of everything that's happened. I've learnt a lot about people, Billy. About what matters most. I've learnt that good can come out of bad. And that things have to end before you can move on. You know, like Easter.
Easter?
Yeah, like Easter.
Well, what about it?
Now then, sir, how's it going?
Well, she's pretty keen.
Well, it's a lovely car. You certainly wouldn't regret it.
Trouble is, we've got our ceiling on this, you see.
There's always room for negotiation, sir. I've a bit of leeway on the selling price.
Yeah, how much?
Well, I'd have to check. Why don't you go and have another look at the car, sir? And I'll hunt for the details. I think I left them round here somewhere.
Oh, damn. What a mess, eh?
Sorry about this, sir.
Hey, what's that?
What's what?
You're up to something, aren't you?
Ooh, what do you think of this? You can't go wearing that. Hey, why not? Because you look like me mother.
Oh, my, yeah. I'll get rid of that then.
Hey, that's great.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
It's too big, though, isn't it?
What's the idea? Turn the sleeves up.
Don't fancy it.
Hey, has anyone seen that old jacket on me dad's? Hey, I don't know why you don't like some of your mum's clothes. Because they're boring, that's why.
Oh, do you think she'll lend me some of her jewellery,
No, you don't want jewellery. We go for more the plain dramatic look. More the Oxfam look.
Oh,
really
yeah.
this?
Yeah, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me put it on. Oh, yes, Sam, that's brilliant. Do you like it?
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't like any of this.
Well, put your own things back on then.
Yeah. Where are they?
No, you've got it wrong, sir. You were recording what we were saying. Trying to find out how much we'd be prepared to pay. You've got a private conversation on that machine.
Wasn't even switched on.
Let me see that.
Does your boss know about this?
No.
I don't suppose you'd like him to know either, would you?
I was only trying to make a living.
We're all trying to do that, aren't we? Trying to make a living, trying to make ends meet. What price did you say you'd let that car go for?
You said 8,000.
Ah, but since then I've realised you're open to suggestions.
What sort of suggestion?
Look, you know and I know you'll sell my old car for a lot more than you give me for it.
I can't offer you any more. There's an accepted scale. My boss will be looking for the usual markup.
So? You'll have to come down to the price of the new one.
Could come down a bit, I suppose.
I know you're a man I could do business with. So if you knock off, say, 500.
On top of what I've already said?
Why not? You said you had a lot of leeway. Of course, it could be something in this for you as well, you know.
You won't tell the boss?
I never look too closely at the figures when I'm doing the paperwork. That way I make 400 quid. The boss thinks it's gone for 500 less. And there's 100 over.
I'll get 100 in the hand.
No one knows a thing about it. Not the tax man, not the vet man, or the boss either.
You're on.
Are you sure I'm not going up?
Stop going on. At least you haven't got a spot as big as a football.
Bye then.
Get off then.
Yeah, we're going round to Ronnie's first to pick some stuff up.
OK. Have you got your stuff for school in the morning?
Yeah, and me toothbrush.
Say thanks to Ronnie's mum for having you.
Yeah, she must have stronger nerves than me.
And don't be too late.
My mum says I've got to ring her when I get in.
Oh, it's a good idea. You can do that as well, eh?
Yeah, all right. See ya.
Ta-ra. And thank you, God, for everything.
Thank you, God, for everything.
Good girl. Jump into bed. Where's your hottie?
There it is.
OK.
Night-night, Claire.
Night.
Can you give us a cuddle before you go to sleep? Hey, go on. Quick cuddle. Yes. Now lie down, go sleep easy, eh? There's a good girl. Night-night now.
Good night.
Forget what hard work it is at that age, don't you?
Oh, I see. We're having second thoughts now, are we?
Yeah, well, who'd do me shirts?
Oh, cupboard love.
No.
I know. Cup of tea?
Yeah, go ahead. I can see the point with Claire, you know.
What?
All our prayers and stuff.
Seems funny you not knowing anything about it. It's always been there for me.
A lot of people give it up, though, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, Barry did. And Karen. Even Bob. Thought it was superstition.
You haven't.
No. Mind you, I probably would if I believed it literally.
I thought you had to.
No.
I thought it was about living in the future, you know, so you could get a good place in heaven, like...
No, it's the opposite of that. It's about living now.
God, I thought we'd never get past the door. Oh, and he has to look in your back. Hey, you did well screaming just then.
Thought you saw a mouse, honest I did.
Oh, yeah. That fella must have been born yesterday to fall for
Oh, I know, yeah.
Oh, go away. He didn't fall for it. It was just that he fancied it. Oh, well, got us in anyway, didn't he?
Yeah. So, come on, what are we going to start on?
Oh, the lads.
Before we get out there. Well, we'll need something by the look of that lot outside.
At least we're safe in here.
Hey, come on, where's all those little bottles we bought?
Leave it to Ronnie. You're about to scream Martin if you don't tell me. Oh, what is it? Whiskey? Oh, God.
Can't you hear that?
Having my supper.
Well, so am I. You're nearer to it than I am.
Only been Gordon forgotten his key.
Good morning, dear. It isn't morning, but it feels like it, though.
What are you doing here?
Welcoming as ever, I see.
Why didn't you tell me she was coming?
Because I didn't know. Should you be here?
In my own daughter's home? Why not?
At this time of night?
Besides, it was all so exciting. I couldn't just stay in, could I?
What's exciting?
Does the home know you're here?
I see. It's come to that, has it? Separate meals are one worse than separate beds.
Mother, isn't that between Paul and me?
People have no sense of loyalty these days. You people could do with a lesson from people of my generation. Hope there's some of that left for me.
Hey, any more of those little bottles left? Not after you have some to them lads. No, I thought I might have warmed them up a bit. No chance. Hey, we're still all right, girl.
Yo, I thought you might want this.
Oh, yeah, give it here. I've had plenty of practice. Oh, hang on, I don't even need me practice. Look at the screws.
Hey, Nish, you still sticking to that apple juice?
Hey, it's really nice.
You ought to try some of this, you know?
No.
Oh, she doesn't need it. The rate she's carrying her.
Glass is ready, then.
Get it off.
Right.
Hey, Nish, why didn't you tell me you were such a good dancer?
Go away.
You're not the only one that thought so. That blonde guy nearly needs holding back.
I nearly need to hold back off it.
You would.
Oh, yeah, kiss me. Oh, thanks. Right. Happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Please. Right, let's go.
Did you get through to Matron?
Yes, apparently Mother told them that we'd invited her here for tonight.
So nice of you to have me.
And at least you told them where you were going.
There isn't a spare room.
I couldn't wait to tell you my news.
There'll have to be. I couldn't say we wouldn't have her, could I?
Of course, if you're not going to make me feel welcome.
I'll just have to move back in with you. It'll only be for one night.
Hello, Gran.
Oh, thank goodness someone's pleased to see me.
You see, he did have his key.
Gordon, isn't life wonderful?
Not so bad, Gran.
Oh, hey, look at me eyeshadow. It's all over the place.
Don't keep rubbing your eyes.
I can't help it. It's too hot out there. Yeah, it's all that heavy breathing.
Oh, especially when Sammy took a jacket off.
Hey, Ron, look at the time.
So what? We're going to have a lot more fun yet.
Yeah, we can't let my mum find out I'm still here. Oh, she won't know. She will if she phones yours to see if I'm there.
Phone her first and pretend you're at Ronnie's. That's what I'm gonna do.
You sure you've not done this sort of thing before?
Lend us 10p. Yeah, sure.
Oh, I didn't know you'd taken up art.
It isn't art, Gran.
I quite like some of this modern stuff.
It's a graph. I'm saving up. Got another 100 today.
£2,000?
Yep. And I'm going to have the biggest and the best holiday in the world. No expense spared. And I'm going to order it from Chris.
Oh, good. He'll be able to give you a discount.
I shan't be asking for a discount. Chris thought I was a loser, said I'd get nowhere. Well, I'm going to show him.
Aren't you and Chris friends anymore?
No, it's all over.
Oh, dear. And I wanted to invite Chris.
Yeah?
Sammy's back at Ronnie's.
That's a relief. Go to bed ourselves now.
All right, love. Don't stay up too late. No. All right, we'll see you tomorrow then, eh? Okay. Night-night, love, eh? Night-night.
Nothing to worry about. Sammy's all right. And our Jeff's going to be all right. And we're all right.
Until Katie starts.
Don't.
Oh, you're all right, Mum. Ta-ra. My turn.
All right, then.
Yeah. Oh, my mum did notice the music. Right, then. Who's for some more dancing?
Doesn't your mum expect us back?
I always bothered about it. Come on.
It's funny how you miss all the ordinary things, isn't it? Just having someone to sit with now.
Yeah, at least we appreciate it.
Look, where do we stand in the long run, eh?
We're here, aren't we?
You know what I mean. You know, you said before about being a Catholic and that. I mean, sure you feel all right about all this?
I've done a lot of thinking about it, Billy. In the end, I think you just got to do what you believe is right. I mean, there's rules. I try to obey them. Just felt wrong.
Well, it wasn't for me.
I just don't think it's that simple anymore. Keep the rules and you'll go to heaven. It's not that simple learning to love somebody again. It's harder than you think. Loving somebody without owning them.
I've been frightened you'd feel guilty about it.
Well, I do sometimes. There's lots of people in the church breaking the rules. Priests in South America having to do what their conscience tells them is right. And I think that's all you can do. I've just got to believe that if I've got it wrong, God won't abandon me.
Look, I'd hate to lose you now.
You won't.
Oh, I wish I'd never had that last drink.
Turn that light up on your way up, Liv.
She wants you to pay for it.
She won't bet. Yeah. God.
What time do you lot think this is?
Oh, we can get a taxi, Mum.
I've been waiting up for you.
We have to walk up the hill.
And they wouldn't stop for us.
This is the last time you go out midweek, madam. I'm responsible to your mothers, you know.
It's really nice of you to have us.
How do you expect to get up for school in the morning if you don't get enough sleep?
Oh, we had a really nice time, Mum.
Well, you lot had better let your mothers know you're here.
We have already.
And apologise for being late. I don't want them blaming me. Well, the phone's down there. You going first, Sammy? Hey, you, bed.
Oh, Mum!
Bed.
Come on with me. No, it's a lie not to.
What about Claire? I can't. I've come a long way, Billy. A few weeks ago, I never thought I'd been here like this.
But you are.
But let's take it slowly. It's not no forever, just for now. We've got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
I was sure you Mum would see I wasn't phoning properly. Oh my gosh, Ron, I didn't know how to switch it on. Did I make it sound like there was someone on the other end? Oh no, why do you think we all started humming? Oh, yeah. Hello, Mum. I got in at 10:30. I've been asleep for hours.
You lot having a stutter?
Oh no, Mum.
Bed, I said. Not supposed to be stopping up all night telling jokes.
Oh, we're just laughing because we had such a nice time.
Oh, 'cause we all got back safely.
Yeah.
A sweet dream.
No, no.
It's very nice of Gordon to have lent me this. I've always admired his taste. I bought him that the Christmas before last. Hope he'll be all right without it.
You can use his summer one if need be.
No, of course, the young don't feel the cold like us, do they?
I wouldn't know.
I've put a towel at the end of your bed. And also there's a spare blanket in the wardrobe if you should need one.
Dear, I am being a nuisance to you, aren't I?
Hope you're not using all that milk. We'll need some in the morning.
But, you know, when I get excited, everything goes right out of my head.
It's all right. This is out of my bottle. There's plenty more in the fridge. Unless, of course, you were thinking of having a bath in it.
Don't be silly.
You know, Gerald and I have never had a crossword all the time we've known each other.
Because you've only known him a few months.
Well, it feels as if I've known him for years, and he's never behaved in any other way except that of a perfect gentleman.
Well, here you are, then. Now, perhaps we can all go to bed.
Well, with any luck, I won't be needing one of these much longer.
Oh, the winter's got a long way to go yet.
Yes, of course, we put it off until the spring.
For goodness sake, Mother, what are you going on about?
The wedding. That's what I came round to tell you.
Gerald and I are getting married.
Next, the first day of a new job for the Director of Operations in Jimmy's after the break.
What are you doing, stupid?
Who are you calling stupid?
You.
What's all of that?
Nothing to do with you.
Well, it might be my reports.
Now look what you've done, Thicko. Pick them up.
You pick them up and don't call me Thicko.
Oh, God. No wonder you're in the clowns class.
Oh, don't say that. He can't help being in it.
I don't need you sticking up for me either.
What's all them anyway?
That's addressed to me. I suppose it'll all be Valentine's.
Can I open some?
Of course you can't. I'm going to open them upstairs alone.
You all right, mate?
Yeah.
Is it Betty?
No fool like an old fool.
Oh, go away. It's not the end of the world, Harry.
It's close, though. Getting closer.
Oh, come on, there's no good moping about, is it?
I honestly thought I'd been granted another chance. Nobody could take Edna's place. I was a young man then. Everything to go for. I just thought Betty and me would have been a comfort to one another.
Yeah. I know how you feel. I went through it all with Madge. Oh, no, she was only after me because she thought I had a bob or two salted away. But it didn't make it any easier for me at the time. That's the key, you know, time.
It's running out for me.
Oh, go away. There's plenty of life left in the old dog yet. Hey, are we going down the club tonight?
Yeah. You go on your own. I just don't feel up to it.
Look, you thought she'd marry you when you asked her, but she said no. That's the way it goes. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, there is. You can let it drag you down to the depths of depression, or you can shake it off and get on with your life.
Any point in carrying on with what's left of it?
Of course there is. I looked after Grace for years when she was confined to a wheelchair. And do you know, she lived 3 years longer than any doctor or specialist thought she would. And that was only down to herself, you know, her spirit. And when all's said and done, Harry, you've got to get yourself through this. And if you can't think of a good enough reason, then you're just a selfish, obstinate old man that a lot of people think you are. But I know different. And there's a little kid out there who's going to think the world's a fresh and wonderful place for a long time to come. And part of that happiness and excitement can come from his granddad. Now, go on. Give Kevin a ring. Ask him to bring Sally and the baby over.
You can take it for a test drive if you like, sir.
If I do that, then I'd really want to buy it.
Anything you like to know about it at all?
It's all here, isn't it?
Well, don't say that. You'll be making me redundant. Well, you're obviously very interested. Do you have a wife to convince, or just yourself?
No, just me. The problem is the old one.
Sorry?
Money.
Ah, that old problem. Well, I'm afraid it's very realistically priced.
Well, what would you offer me for mine? It's in very good condition.
Let's have a look. $3,500. And it'd have to be in very good condition. What's the mileage?
53,000 or something.
That's above average.
Ah, well. I'll have a look at someone else then.
Where is she?
Well, she's upstairs. I've shouted her.
She's reading a Valentine's.
Oh. Be careful, love. That's hot, eh? Go.
What's up with you?
Nothing.
Sammy called him thicker because he's in the special class.
Oh, did she now?
You're not going to let her get to you, are you?
No.
There you go. I'm going to go up and have a word with Madam.
Just keep it in proportion, Chris. You know what they're like for falling out all the time.
I shouted you ages ago to come down for your tea.
I'm coming now. I'm just looking at these.
How long does it take for you to open a few envelopes?
8 envelopes. I'm taking my time looking at each one of them. I think I owe that to people who sent me them.
Oh. And who do you think you are?
I'm your daughter. And what are you getting at me for? Just because I've got no problems at school and I'm popular.
Not with me, you're not. Not at the moment. Don't you understand how difficult it is for Jeff at the moment? The last thing he needs is one of his own family calling him thick.
I lost my temper with him. I didn't mean anything.
Well, you just think on in the future, eh? He's having a hard enough time as it is. Now, you come down and get your tea.
Hiya, Dad. What can I interest you in, then?
Company for my evening meal?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't say when I'll be finished here.
Oh, well. I think I'll pop along to the golf club, see what the new steward's like. I've heard he's doing some spectacular bar snacks.
Well, that sounds good.
Talking of which, I think it's time I had a chat with Gerald Fallon. I think you and I ought to take him out. The golf club might be just the place for it.
Yeah, can you take a bit of interest in this car for a while? And just forget we're related, OK?
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the bottle opener?
It's in that drawer. It always is.
It isn't.
Well, it was in there at Christmas. That's the last time we used it, as far as I know.
Every time I look for something in this house, it's never where it's supposed to be.
Don't exaggerate, love. Right, who's going to give me a hand with these dishes?
I've got to clean
Got
my
that
boots.
homework.
All right, I'll help.
Has anybody seen the bottle opener?
Hey, where are you going? I thought you said you were going to give me a hand.
I need to go to the toilet.
Why is it whenever I ask for help in this house, somebody's either got to go to the toilet or they've got to do homework?
I volunteered, didn't I? Let me be a minute.
Jeff, where's that knife you had, son? The one with the bottle opener on it?
You took it off me about 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's fine.
Are they coming then?
For tea. And I'll bet we've got nothing in to eat, have we?
No, but the shops are still open.
Well, get on with it, Ralph.
What do you want me to get then?
Well, £half a boiled ham for starters.
Oh, you're really splashing out, aren't you?
You better make that 3/4. And something for the baby, rusks and that.
He's only a couple of weeks old.
And they're always hungry. And get some disposable nappies.
But they're great big boxes.
You're going in the car, aren't you? And they'll always keep for when they visit again.
All right, Harry, whatever you say.
And I'll smarten the place up while you're out.
You can't keep away then?
I really like it. Look, if you could just go to 4,000 for mine, we can do a deal.
I wish I could. If it was my business, I might just do that, but as it isn't,
There must be a way to work something out.
Can't you borrow another 500?
Ah, well. You can't have everything you want, I suppose.
If I could let you have it, I would.
Thanks, anyway.
Hang on a minute. There'll just be a way I can help you.
How's that?
Is this what you're looking for, Dad?
Yeah, but it wasn't in there when I looked, though.
Well, you don't look properly, do you? You just move things about. Yeah.
Could you leave your car with me for a day or two?
Why?
I might be able to move it through another channel. I'd like that car to go to somebody who'd really appreciate it.
That'd be great.
Have you got documents with you?
Sure. Hey, I'll be ever so grateful.
I shouldn't really be doing this, you know, so it's got to be just between you and me, all right?
No problem. You think you can get more for it at another garage, do you?
I can't promise, but I've got a lot of friends in the trade. Look, can you leave me a contact number where I can get in touch?
Okay.
I'll give you a ring. Lovely. I'll be in touch.
Great. Do your best.
Don't worry, I will.
Success?
Shh. Hello. Can you put me through to advertisements, please? Classified ads, thank you.
You've only set for 3, eh?
Yeah, because I'm going out, Harry. This is a family occasion, and I don't want to interfere.
But you are family, Ralph.
No, I'm not, and I don't argue. I'll go out for a couple of hours, and I'll see you later on. Now, look, you know what everything is, don't you? I've made a load of sandwiches, and I've even cut the cake.
Look, I'm sorry I've been down lately, but, you know, it's
you don't need to say it, and you don't need to apologise. Let's just make a late New Year's resolution to look on the bright side, eh?
It's a promise. So you're down to the club, are you?
Yeah, I'll go and see if I can get myself a game of dominoes.
Well, don't get involved with Joe Mooney and Fred Tate. They tic-tac to one another. They'll have 10 bob of you within the hour.
Well, have a nice evening, eh?
See you later, Ralph.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ralph, thanks. This is what you would have loved, isn't it? A grandson visiting and you fussing all over him. Well, I'll do the best for the two of us. I'll do my best.
Have you finished your homework yet, Casey?
Yeah, I've done it.
Already?
It was easy.
Go and get it going. Oh, and I'll have a look at your journal as well, eh?
Don't you believe me?
I'm interested. Now go and get it. Have you got any homework, lovey?
You're joking, aren't you? I think you're brilliant if we can find our way home.
No, it wouldn't harm me to pick up a book every now and then, eh?
Go on, son.
What's the formula for sugar?
Sugar's just sugar, isn't it?
It's CHO, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, but I can't remember the numbers.
Well, that's all right, thanks.
How did you know that?
We're not all thick, you know. Oh, Jeff, I'm sorry.
Leave him. He knows.
Hello.
Hiya. Did you sample the delights of the golf club?
Yes, and very nice it was, too. This new steward's brought a breath of fresh air to the place. I'm afraid there's nothing here to excite the taste buds, though.
Oh, that's all right. I had a sandwich at work. Might go into town later, so I'll eat there. Oh, don't turn it off on my account.
Oh, it's all right. I wasn't really watching it. Listen, do you think we could have a chat while we got the house to ourselves?
Sounds serious.
It's about our geriatric lovers.
Gran and Gerald.
Of course. Unless you can think of any others who could seriously disrupt your future.
My future?
Well, certainly your long-term prospects.
Dad, you sound like something from the last century. I take it you're referring to Gran's will.
You can mock me for being concerned, but it is serious.
No, it isn't. It's Gran's happiness, and that isn't a problem at all. Something she's entitled to.
You and Lucy are entitled to the proceeds of her will, not the long-lost relatives of Gerald Fallon.
Aren't you jumping the gun a bit? I mean, we don't even know if he has any long-lost relatives. We don't even know if Gran would change her will in his favour, or that they're actually going to get married.
Exactly.
What exactly?
Well, there's too much that we don't know. I think we should get together and have a chat. Bring everything out into the open. Not a confrontation. A convivial chat so that we can all understand each other.
We as opposed to you.
You're her blood relative. I'm just her son-in-law. And let's face it, not her most favourite person in the world.
No, it sounds to me like we're interfering. And worse, doing it to make sure we have a share of the spoils. Shouldn't we just be looking after her well-being?
Absolutely.
But the money's important.
All right, I understand what you're saying. But can we meet for lunch, say, the day after tomorrow? Can you make it?
Sure. But I'd rather Gerald felt it was a friendly get-together rather than a grilling by potential relatives.
Leave that to me. Did you get your advert in time?
Just.
What was it for?
A car.
Are you allowed to do that?
You're allowed to do anything till you get caught. And as you say, Dad, it's the money that's important. I'm going to get changed.
Bang on time, as usual.
Hello, Dad.
Where are they?
Bit of a problem with Tim. He's got a cold. Nothing serious, but Sal thought it best not to bring him out.
How long's it been like that?
Well, a couple of days now, but it's nothing to worry about.
What did you tell me when you phoned?
Well, I thought he might be up to the trip, but unfortunately he wasn't. You shouldn't have gone to all this trouble.
Oh, sit down. Don't be daft. That's Ralph fussing. You're looking well.
So are you. Where is Ralph?
He's down at the club.
You getting down there much?
Yes, I'm all right. Don't worry about me. And if young Tim can't come and see me, I'll come and see him. I'll just fill the kettle.
I'll bring him over as soon as he's fit to travel. Don't you worry. It's hardly worth you traipsing over to see us.
It's only 6 stops on a bus ride. I'll come over tomorrow. Ralph will probably take me. Any excuse for a drive with him. Nice to see you on your own for a change. Anyway, how are things, apart from young Tim being sick? House big enough for you, is it?
Oh, fine. St. Helens is hardly the hub of the universe, but it suits us for the time being.
Well, you won't be there long enough for young Tim to be going to school with woolly backs, will you?
I teach those woolly bags, as you call them.
But it's a different thing teaching them as being so with them. You know, young Tim should have gone to school in Liverpool like me.
But I went to school down south.
Only through my job.
Well, we're in St. Helens because of my job. Anyway, there's no need to worry about that. Not for another 4 or 5 years. So, how are you?
Me? I'm top of the world. You know, I've been thinking about young Tim. About his name.
What about his name?
Well, with it not being a proper name. But I still think you've got a chance.
I don't understand you.
Like I said at the time, calling him Tim instead of Timothy. He's going to spend all his life filling forms in that have been sent back to him saying, put your full Christian name. Anyway, you might be able to make amends when he gets christened.
Christened?
Yes. You could have him christened Timothy. Perhaps alter his birth certificate. You could even do the job properly by calling him Timothy Cross, as it should be. You know, it could be awkward for him later in life with just his mother's name.
Dad, his name's Tim Haynes, and he isn't going to be christened. Not now, anyway. When he's older, he can make up his own mind.
Father and mother not married. Not christened. Don't know what your mother would have thought about this.
Hiya. You've been up here a long time.
Been reading.
Do you remember when you were about 2 years old?
What? Why?
Well, every night, and I do mean every night, you used to make me read Little Red Riding Hood to you. It's true. You knew it from cover to cover. Sometimes your eyes would be closed, I'd think you were asleep. I'd miss a page out. And your eyes would open, you'd tell me all the words I'd missed out. Perhaps I should start helping you again like that, eh?
Little Red Riding Hood.
No. Proper books, learning books.
Have you been listening?
Came to give this to me mum. Sorry, got mixed up with me Valentine's.
Oh, all right then.
What is it?
Oh, it's the report about you, love. And it confirms that you have got dyslexia.
See? Dyslexic, not fit.
So is it good news then?
Well, it's not great news, love, but it's a start. Now that we've got the report, love, we'll show them, eh?
So I'm not fit.
I've been thinking about Mum.
Have you now?
Yup. And I think she should join us for lunch at the golf club. That is, if women are allowed in.
Well, of course they're allowed in. As long as it isn't after 8:30 in the evening.
Wonder if they'd allow me in if they knew.
What's all this about your mother?
Well, as we're discussing Mum and her future stepfather, it seems only fair that she should be there.
I'll think about it.
Look, Dad, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing much to think about. Either she's there, or I'm not. It'll give the pair of you a chance to discuss something of mutual interest. And you might find something to agree about. Then, well, you might decide to end hostilities, and we might end up with food in the kitchen again. Eventually, Dad, we've all got to get on or get out. Just think about that, will you?
How bad is he?
Well, like I said, it's just a sniffle. Well, actually, it's Sally.
So Sally's got a cold?
No, she's not too well. She's just a bit down at the moment. She'll get over it, given a bit of time and understanding, but at the moment she has to be handled rather, well, delicately.
And I couldn't do that. Is that it?
No, nobody can. Not at the moment. Not even me most of the time. We just have to be patient. No, it's just the wrong time to be discussing rights and wrongs of names and things like that.
Have you ever thought that this upset might be just due to the fact that you're not married and the baby hasn't got your name?
I wish it were that simple. Look, I don't want to eat and run, but I best get back home. I just wanted to come and explain to you rather than phone. I'll let you know when things get back to normal.
Are you sure it's not because Sally doesn't want me to see the baby?
No, of course not. It's just exactly as I've told you. I'll be in touch soon. I'll let myself out. And don't get cold. Bye, Dad.
Bye, son.
Next today, it's a knockout comes to the world of medicine, hijinks for the students in Jimmy's.